Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie, and I am going to take you through this yoga flow for sciatica relief today. I don't know if you've ever experienced sciatica or not, but it is quite painful, and the pain can quite often go all the way down the back of your leg. Maybe you only have it on one side, maybe it goes from side to side. Either way, I hope this video brings you some relief. Today I will be using blocks and a strap just to show you. If you don't have blocks or a strap, just grab some books or pillows or anything that's going to bring the ground up to you. And if you don't have a strap, a robe tie will work, a tie, like a necktie will work, anything, but you also don't need any props. These are just suggestions for you. We are going to begin at the back of the mat in wide-legged child's pose. So big toes together, knees as wide as the yoga mat, or if you'd like to do the more traditional narrow knees together, leaning down over, you can absolutely do that. But because we're trying to get into the sciatic, the wider one is a little bit better for getting into the sciatic nerve. You're going to walk your hands all the way out and lower yourself down, forehead touching the mat. And if your bum is absolutely nowhere near your heels, that is perfectly fine. If you want, you can use your block to bring your bum to your heels. So you just do whatever works for you. And this one actually feels quite nice, so I'm just going to leave it there for me. And we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. So inhaling and exhaling. Allowing our body to find some length in the spine. And our hips to open up a little bit. If anything hurts, back off, come in closer, maybe do the first option for child's pose that I gave you instead of the wide leg. And now we will walk our hands in, coming up onto all fours. So I'm just going to put the block off to the side because I'm not using that for this. We want to make sure that our knees are directly underneath our hips. Our wrists are directly underneath our ankles. Fingers spread nice and wide for yogi hands. And we will inhale, drop the belly, look up. And exhale, round the back, tucking the chin. Inhale, round. Or arch, I mean. Exhale, round. Once more, inhale, arch. And then exhale, round. Tucking that chin in, you'll notice that you can probably feel it running down the back of the leg that maybe is affected. And then inhale, come back to neutral. We're going to take two different kinds of hip circles here. We're going to walk our hands out one hand width distance, and we're just going to go around in circles. So leaning forward a little bit, bringing the bum back over the heels, going in one direction, making sure you can take nice full deep belly breaths. Let's change direction. We are just warming up the body a little bit with these moves, getting the hips going, the blood flowing to the hips. And then once more. And we'll bring our hands back underneath our shoulders now. And we're just going to do hip circles with our legs. So we're going to lift the right foot up, flexing the foot, and we're going to take it out and then around. So lifting up, out, and around. And if this hurts, absolutely don't do this. Go back to the other hip circles. Let's take this in the other direction. Keeping that belly engaged. Nice strong core, not dumping into the wrists. And then let's drop the knee and we'll take it to the other side. So maybe readjust the hands so that you can position yourself. I'm on a slight downhill here, I didn't realize. So we will bending the foot up towards the ceiling, sky, and then go out and around. keeping that core engaged. We don't want to dump down in. We don't want to hurt our lower back. So that's why we keep the core engaged. And then let's take it in the opposite direction, pulling the knee to the belly, out and around, into the belly, out and around. Try and remember to keep that foot flexed. And then let's take it back into a tabletop position. And here I'm going to give you a couple of choices. So you can either do traditional pigeon pose. So that will be where you're going to bring your foot up, and then we'll walk it over to the side of the mat, and then we'll come down and extending that leg behind. If your hip is really high up, can't reach, you can use the block to bring it underneath you, like so, or a blanket or a pillow or anything like that. And if you don't need it, then you can move it off to the side and then lower down over, keeping the toes flexed. Maybe this one is a little too intense for you, and that's perfectly fine. So what we'll do is we'll take this onto our backs and do figure 4. So laying on your back, we'll cross the right ankle over the left, and nice 90-degree angle, keeping the toes flexed towards the face, and then reach through and grab on the back of the thigh or around the shin or wherever works for you. So whatever one works for you today, we're just going to hold it. And since I'm here, I'm going to stay here now. Breathing in and out. One more breath in and out. And if you were in pigeon pose, then I want you to lift yourself up slowly with your hands. Otherwise, in the figure 4, we'll just drop down the foot and you can take it over to the other side. And then if you're in pigeon pose, you'll come back to all fours, and then you'll take your left foot forward, walk it across to the right side of the mat, and coming down, extending that right leg behind you, lift up to find a little bit of length, and then exhale, fold forward. So whatever position you are in, whether it is figure 4 on your back or quote unquote traditional pigeon pose where you're laying over your leg, do whatever one works for you. Just make sure that you can always take nice, full, deep belly breaths. If you cannot breathe fully, it means you have gone too far and you need to back off. One more breath in and out. And then we will raise ourselves up. So lift the head up, put the hands underneath the shoulders, and walk them back in. And we're going to come onto our backs now. We're going to lay on our backs, and we're just going to pull the knees into the chest a little bit. Full wind pose if it feels good. Maybe rock a little side to side. Try not to roll down the hill. And now we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So this is where I'm going to use my strap, and I'm going to wrap it around the ball of my right foot. And I'm going to keep my left knee bent because this is more about stretching through the hamstrings today, because that's quite intense when you are experiencing sciatic pain. And then just straighten up the right leg to any degree. If you have a generous bend in the knee, that's perfectly fine. Just hold anywhere on your strap and breathe. And you should be feeling a nice stretch through the back of the hamstring. Everything is connected here. The low back, the hips, the sciatic. It's all one moving piece. Breathing in and out. Last breath in. Out. And we'll release that foot down and we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to wrap it around the ball mount of the left foot, if you can find it. And I'm going, again, to keep my knee bent, but if it feels good in your body, you can absolutely straighten that right leg. My sciatic is a little stiff right now. Make sure you keep those toes flexed towards your face. Again, if you have any degree of bend in the knee, that is perfectly fine. This is your body, your practice. You listen to your body. I am just a guide for you here. Breathing in and out. And we'll take one last breath in. And on the exhale, we'll release the strap and lower the foot down. Put the strap off to the side. We don't need that anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my hips up and take them over to the left a bit, and then let my knees fall over to the right. Now, you can cactus the arms. You can put the arms straight out. Again, I have frozen shoulder. If you've been watching me, you'll know that I've been dealing with this for a while. So my left arm doesn't do what I would like it to do. So for me, I'm just going to have it down by my side, cactus my right arm. And if it feels good, you can either look straight up at the ceiling or sky, or turn your head over, looking over the left shoulder. Breathing in and out fully. Always making sure you can take nice, full, deep belly breaths. Following your own natural rhythm. On our next breath in, we're going to lift our knees up using our core. And then what we'll do is we'll take the hips and we'll take them over to the right side of the mat and drop the knees over to the left. Try not to roll down the hill. And then I'm going to extend my right arm out to the side, and I'm going to use my left hand to hold my knees in place here, because on this side it just feels more comfortable for me, with my left arm being the left shoulder, I guess, technically being the one that's affected. Breathing in and out. One more full belly breath in. Exhale, pull the navel in and lift the knees up. Now let's take it back to center. And I'm going to use my blocks because I am outside. I'm going to scoot down a little bit because my hair's in the grass and it's poking me in the head because it's a little dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this underneath my hips. So I'm going to lift my hips up and I'm going to set them back down on it with my sits bones on it. I'm just going to come up the hill a little bit. There we go. That's better. So that I'm not rolling down. And then I'm going to lift my legs straight up in the air. Make any micro adjustments that you need to. There we go. And here we can flex and point our toes, doing whichever one feels good for you, or maybe you would like the alternating way, or you can just hold them still. So if you don't have a block and you are at home, what you can do is you can literally go lay beside a wall and put your legs up the wall. Or you can do this in your bed. You can go lay on your bed and put your legs up on the wall, the headboard, whatever works for you. This just helps to redirect the blood flow and also the circulatory system. And it just kind of pumps blood to the sciatic area where it needs it. So it's kind of a cool thing. It's also relaxing. You can close down the eyes if you'd like here. And as always, make sure that you can breathe comfortably, just whatever your natural breath rhythm is here. And if your legs aren't perfectly straight, that's fine. Also, if you are on a wall, maybe you might like to widen your legs out as far as is comfortable for you. Your choice. Being outside, it's easier for me to hold my legs up straight. You could also use a strap here if you wanted to, just to wrap it around the balls of your feet and hold your legs up in place. Now, if you'd like to stay here longer, I highly recommend it. You can stay here for maybe 5 minutes or so if you'd like, but just be careful when you're coming out, as we're going to do so now. So mindfully bend the knees and then lower the feet down onto the mat. Lift the hips up and take the block out and just put that off to the side. I'm going to recenter myself on my mat here now. We're going to extend one leg long and then the other, taking up space on the mat, coming into Shavasana. So your choice. You can continue to lay with your legs up the wall if that feels good for you, and stay there for as long as is comfortable for you. Just make sure when you come out slowly and sit up slowly so that your body has time to re-regulate itself. Otherwise, you might get dizzy. So that's the only reason I'm telling you to go slow. But if you ended with the legs up the wall or legs up in the air and you're doing Shavasana now, then that's perfectly fine. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. And now I will be quiet. And if you find your thoughts racing to what comes after this, just take your attention back to your breath and just follow your natural breath rhythm of breathing in and out. Just try and stay in the moment here just a little longer. Now, if you have to get on with the rest of your day because your to-do list came into your head, that's perfectly fine. We're going to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, maybe take a full body stretch, reaching up overhead, rolling over onto one side or the other. Or maybe you're choosing to stay in Shavasana, and that's perfectly fine. Just press pause and stay, and come out when it's good for you. Roll up into a seated position. And we will end by taking one final breath in and out through our nose here. So big breath in. And out the mouth, side out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your chin to your chest, thanking your body for taking you through this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me on the mat today. I hope you found this gave you some relief from your sciatic pain. If you did and you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when my next video is available to view. I am posting weekly on YouTube. I look forward to practicing on the mat again with you soon.